Hey, what's up, YouTube? Shartimus Prime here, doing another not Marvel, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen figure review on Transformer Jolt. Yeah, this is a pretty badass figure. Just doing a little quick review on these Transformers. I'm still really stoked on these movie figures. This guy was really hard to find. I guess a while ago. I saw only one of him in the Target, and you could tell they had just gotten a whole shipment in there, and so there's only one there. But then, like about a week ago, I saw like three of these in the store, so I was like, oh, okay, there's probably more people have them now. But yeah, I really wanted this figure, and I just think the car looks badass. He's a Chevy Volt, and my favorite color is blue, and I just think it's just a badass vehicle. I guess like the car mode is just really cool. The cool thing about these, what they're doing with these movie figures, is that they all transform differently. I like that a lot. So this guy's a little different. He's not really the most complex of these movie figures, but you know, and, but he's very cool. He's got a unique transformation, I think, anyway. And he's got this clear blue glass right here. I didn't really get this even. You can see the little gap right there. You got to watch out for that and straighten that out. And so you can see through the clear blue glass, and yeah, I just think it's a really cool looking car. I like it. Yeah, so the transformation, I don't know if I'm the best person to to kind of follow like with transformations and everything, because I don't always read the instructions. Actually, it's like a personal rule of mine. I try not to read instructions the first time, you know. Unless they're a masterpiece figure, then I'm really afraid to like fucking break it, and I don't want to do that. But yeah, this is I don't know. I don't know. I think I've been stoked on Transformers again lately. I don't know. It just kind of came back. Finally got myself a Devastator, so I'm pretty stoked off of that. I don't know if I'm gonna do a review of that one or not. There've been a lot of reviews on that, so it's really hard for me to I mostly do Marvel Legends reviews. And I've kind of bitched and whined about my own reviews on the Transformers, so you guys know that I kind of suck at these. But and they're kind of hard to do because you got to look at the figure and at the camera at the same time. But just about done. Like I said, this isn't the hardest Transformer to transform. So how did I do this? Okay, panels go up, and he's got his arms like this. And that is pretty much it. That is Jolt right there. I wish this guy was in the movie a little bit more. They didn't even give him an introduction or anything. Like, he just kind of was just there all of a sudden. And I guess he has these electric rod thingies. I don't know. And I think what was it? I have shit memory. I think he's the one who transferred Jetfire's spark to Optimus Prime, save Optimus Prime. So it's like a pretty key role, but they didn't really give him much fighting scenes or anything. Like that was a pretty important thing for him to do, but they didn't really give him much. There's different things you can do with these panels that stick out right here. I think sticking them back would be cool, so that they're just a little bit less obtrusive. But yeah, I think it's very cool looking. There's this cool little function that they have in here that you can't really see, but like, this is a clear plastic right here, and then there's these gear thingies that spin. There's like the cylinder of gears right here. So keep your eye on that, and those things all rotate when you turn the waist like that. I think that's pretty cool. And they all have, these movie figures have this thing. It's not really a function, but this little, thing where sunlight can get into this back of the clear plastic right here. On the back of the head has clear plastic so that so the eyes shine. But do this big gray piece of plastic right here, you can't. It doesn't work, so the light can't come in. So that's like kind of a complaint of mine. Is like the head's not very movable. You can't really do a whole lot with the head right there, and the light doesn't come in. And then yeah, that's pretty. And then I like this red Autobot logo. Having a red Autobot logo on the movie figures, I think, is very cool. And I guess like my biggest complaint about this figure, I kind of wish these things popped out like how it does for long haul, but it's still pretty cool. But yeah, like my biggest complaint is I don't really like how the knees are. I don't like these big plastic thingies on these knees. That kind of sucks for me. So what I'm doing right now for my setup when I have him in robot mode is I turn him all the way around like this, and it kind of reminds me of how sideways his legs look. But I think he actually looks pretty cool like that, you know. And he's still pretty posable and everything, but it just hides those kneecaps, you know. So having the screws on the crotch is kind of weak, but I think he looks a little cooler like that than having it turned the other way, because it still looks like, you know, the front of the feet, you know, just a little bit smaller. So I think he's cooler like this. That's how I like having him set up. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. Like on the other side of this, over here, you can see he's got, like, you know, these fake tire things. I think that's a cool touch, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. Alright, you guys. I'll catch you later. Peace.